Namaste everyone, welcome to the class. This is Rajesh. In this lecture we are going to solve question number 31 to 34 from topic compound interest from ML Agrawal book. Now the question number 31 is the simple interest on certain sum for 3 years is 225 and the compound interest on the same sum at the same rate for 2 years is rupees 153. Find the rate of interest and the principal. So in the problem if you see, you have to find the value of P and the value of R. And what is given? You have given simple interest for 3 years which is rupees 225 and compound interest for 2 years which is rupees 153. So let us write the formula for simple interest and compound interest. So simple interest for 3 years will be PRN, the value of n is 300, value of n is 3 divided by 100, value of simple interest is 225. So 225 is equals to PR into 3 upon 100. Okay. So therefore you will say that 225 into 100 divided by 3 will be PR. We can cut with 3. So 3 7s are 21, 3 5s are 15. So 75 into 100 is equals to PR. So value of PR will become, value of PR if you see, it become 7500. Value of PR is 7500. Now compound interest, let us use the formula for compound interest. So for compound interest the formula is P into 1 plus R upon 100 power n minus 1. So therefore compound interest is 153. So 153 will become P into 1 plus R upon 100. Value of R we don't know. So it is 1 plus R upon 100 power 2 minus 1. Now here I will simplify this bracket. So it will become, therefore 153 will be P into, inside it is 1 plus, so A plus B the whole square, you know the formula, A square, so that is 1 square, plus 2AB, so 2 into 1 into R upon 100, 2AB plus B square, that is R upon 100 the whole square, minus 1. So therefore 153 is equals to P into 1 square is 1 plus 2 into 1 into R upon 100. So this is R upon 50 plus this is R square upon 100 square is 10,000 minus 1. So this 1 and this 1 will cancel. Now I open this bracket and I multiply with P, so it becomes PR upon 50 plus this will become PR square upon 10,000. Here we have it 153. So your 153 will be equals to PR upon 50 plus this PR square can be written as PR into R. Okay. Why I am writing PR separate? Because I know the value of PR. What is the value of PR? From equation 1, the value of PR is 7500. So let us put that value. So value of PR is 7500. Here it is divided by 50 plus this is 7500 into R divided by 10,000. Now here it is 153 is equal to. So this 0 0 I will cancel. 5 1s are 5, 25, 5 5s are 25 and 0. So this is 153 equal to 150 plus, again these two zeros I can cancel, then 75 upon 100. So 25 3s are 75 and 25 4s are. So plus 3 upon 4 times R. So therefore 153 minus 150 will be 3 upon 4 R. 153 minus 150 will give me answer as 3 equal to 3 upon 4 R. So therefore 3 into 4 divided by 3 is equals to R. So 3 will cancel. So rate of interest R will be 4%. So we got the value of R. Rate of interest is 4%. Now we have to find a principal. So from equation 1, what we can say that PR is 7500. Okay. So therefore P into value of R we got 4. So P into 4 equal to 7500. This will give me the value of P as 7500 divided by 4 is equals to 4 1 the 4, 3 35, 4 8 the 32, 3 30, 4 7 the 28, 4 5 the 20. Okay. So 1875 is your principal. Again let us check. 4 1 the 4, 3 35, so 4 8 the 32, 3 30, 4 7 the 28, then 2, so 20, 4 5 the 20. Okay. So 1875 is your principal. So we have got the value of R as well as value of P. Let us revise again what was our problem and what we have done. The simple interest on certain sum for 3 years is given ₹225 and the compound interest on the same sum for 2 years is given. We have to find rate of interest. So what we have done? We have applied the formula for simple interest for 3 years. From that we got the value of PR. Then we applied the formula for compound interest for 2 years. There we simplify the expression. We open the bracket and in place of PR we will replace 7500. Then we got a linear equation in terms of R. We solve and we got the value of R. Once we got the value of R, we find out P from the relation PR equal to 7500. So this is how we got the value of P also. Now let us see the next question. Find the difference between compound interest on ₹8,000 for 1.5 years at 10% per annum when compounded annually and semi-annually. So we have to find the difference between compound interest when it is compounded annually and semi-annually. So what we will do? We will find the total amount after 1.5 years by using compound interest annually and semi-annually. It is obvious that for semi-annually we will get more amount at the end of 1.5 years. The difference between amount will be same as difference between compound interest, right? As the principal amount is same at the beginning, difference between amount after 1.5 years will be same as different between compound interest after 1.5 years. So let us begin. First, when compounded annually. So for when compounded annually, what we will say? Amount, because we have to find for 1.5 years, so we will find for 1 year and then half year. Amount after 1 year. So for amount after 1 year, formula is A equal to P into 1 plus R upon 100 power 1, because we are finding amount after 1 year. So here it is P, which is 8000, 1 plus rate of interest is 10, the power is 1. So this gives me value as 8000. This 0 and this 0 will cancel, 1 upon 10. So it is 11 upon 10 power 1. So this 0 and this 0 will cancel, 11 8 is 88. So my amount will become 8800. Now amount is ₹8,800 after 1 year. This amount will be principal for next half year. So for next half year, my principal will become 8800. So interest for half year will be 8800 into rate is 10 into period is 1 upon 2. divide by 100. This gives me result as this 0 and this 0 I will cancel, this 0 and this 0 I will cancel, then 2 4s are 8, 2 4s are 8, 440. So therefore amount after 1.5 year is 8,800 plus 440. So 0 4 0 4, 8 plus 4 12 and 9, 9,240. This is the amount after 1.5 year. This is the amount after 1.5 year when we are compounding annually. Second is when compounding half yearly. Half yearly. So when we are compounding half yearly, R will become 10 upon 2, which is 5, and N will become 1.5, that is 3 by 2. I will multiply by 2 because we have half yearly, so period will become double, so it will become 3. And my amount after 1.5 year, A will become P into 1 plus R upon 100 power N, that is 8,000 into 1 plus 5 upon 100 the whole power 3. Okay, so this is 8,000 into 1 plus 5 upon 100 power 3. So this is 8,000 into 5 1s are 5, 5 2s are, so 20 plus 1, it is 21 upon 20 into 21 upon 20 into 21 upon 20. Now 1, 2, 3 cancel, 2 to the 4 to the 8, so this 8 and this 8 will also cancel. So my result is 221 into 21 into 21. So 21 into 21 is 441 into 21. So on rough sheet you will do this calculation. You multiply 441 by 21. So 1 4s are 4, 1 4s are 4, 2 1s are 2, 2 4s are 8, 2 4s are 8. This is 8, this is 6, this is 2, this is 9. So your result is 9261. Okay, 9261. This is your amount after 1.5 year when we are compounding half yearly, that is semi-annually, and when we are compounding yearly it is 9240. So 9240 and 9261. So therefore difference in compound interest, therefore I will say that required means what is asked, therefore required difference in compound interest will be 9261 minus 92, what we have got, 9240. So this is 21. So rupees 21 is the required difference between compound interest. Let us again revise what is given and what we have to find out. We have to find the difference between compound interest on 8,000 for 1.5 year at 10% when compounded annually and semi-annually. First what we have done, we have find amount when compounded annually. So when compounded annually for 1.5 year, we will find amount after 1 year, and then we will find interest for 6 months, and then I will add. So we will get amount after 1.5 year. And when compounded semi-annually, so my rate of interest will become 5%, my period will become 3, and hence I will directly apply the formula and I will get the amount as 9261, and hence the required difference I will calculate, which is rupees 21. Now let us see the next question, question number 33. A sum of money is lent out at compound interest for 2 years at 20% per annum. Compound interest being reckoned yearly, means we are charging compound interest yearly, if the same sum of money is lent out at a compound interest at the same rate % per annum, compound interest being reckoned half yearly, it would have fetched 482 more by the way of interest. So when we are doing calculation half yearly, then for 2 year we are getting rupees 482 more. Okay, so here again the problem is same what we have done in question number 32, only here principal is not given, right? So here I have two part. First part is when interest is charged yearly, when interest is charged or is calculated yearly. So in that case my amount after 2 year, so amount after 2 year will become A equal to P, the value of P we don't know, P into 1 plus R upon 100 power n. The value of R is 20 and the value of n is 2. So this gives me amount, this I will say that amount A1, this will give me result as P into this 0 0 cancel, this is 1 upon 5, so 1 plus 1 upon 5 the whole square, this gives me P into 6 upon 5 the whole square. So 6 6 are 36 upon 5 5 are 25. So 36 upon 25p is the amount when we are doing calculation yearly. Second part, when we do calculation half yearly. So when interest calculated half yearly, then when interest is calculated half yearly, your rate will become 20 upon 2 for half yearly, that is 10%, and period will become 2 into 2 4. So therefore your amount, let us take this as A2, it will become P into 1 plus R upon 100 power n. So the value of P will remain P, 1 plus R will become 10 upon 100, the whole power it will become 4. So this is P into this 0 and this 0 I will cancel, 10 plus 1 11, so 11 upon 10 the whole power 4, 11 upon 10 the whole power 4, this is my A2. Okay, the value of A2 is P into 11 upon 10 power 4 and the value of A1 is 36 upon 25p. Now we have got amount, okay, after 2 years. What is given that when we are doing calculation half yearly, we are getting 482 more. So 482 more means the difference between A2 and A1 is 482. So therefore I can say that P into 11 upon 10 power 4, P into 11 upon 10 power 4 means 11 into 11, okay, 4 times I will do, minus P into 36 upon 25, okay, what we have got, 36 upon 25p. This calculation gives me 482, okay. So when I multiply 11, 11, 11, 11 4 times, 11 into 11 gives me 121. So this is 121 into 121 divided by this is 1 0 0 0 0 1 2 3 4 4 0 minus this 36 upon 25. Now this 25 I want to make as 10,000. So for that what I will do? So this is 36p. What I will do? I will multiply. When I multiply and divide by 4, okay, this become 100. Now after 100 2 more zeros I want, so I multiply and divide by 400. Okay, this is 482. So therefore here it is multiplied by P also. So 121 into 121 into P divided by 10,000 minus 36 into 400 divided by 10,000 will be 482. So now as denominator is same, I will write that denominator once, that is 10,000, and numerator 121 into 121. So again do a rough calculation, 121, 121. So 1 1 the 1, 1 2 the 2, 1 1 the 1, 2 1 the 2, 2 2 the 4, 2 1 the 2, then again 121. Okay, so this is 1, 2 plus 2 4, 4 plus 2 6, 2 plus 2 4 1. So 14,641. So this calculation is 14,621 P minus 36 into 400. So 2 zeros will be there. Then 4 6 are 24, 2 4 3 are 12, 12 plus 2 14 times P, and this is 482. Now we subtract 14,621 minus 14,400. So 621 minus 400 will give me 221. So 221 P equal to 482 into 10,000. Therefore the value of P is 482 into 10,000 divided by 221. 221, let us check again. 4 6 are 24, 4 2, 4 3 are 12 plus 2 14, and here 121 into 121, 121 into 121, 14,641. So 14,641 minus 14,440, 14400. That gives 241. So it is 241. I have done something wrong. This is 241. Okay, so 1 minus 1, 241. This calculation is 241. Okay, what mistake I am doing? 121 into 121, what we have got? 121 into 121, 14,641. 14,641. Okay, here I am writing 21. It is 641. Okay, so calculation I have done right, but I have written wrong. So 6, this is 641. So 641. So when I subtract, I get 241. Okay, now this 241 into 2 gives me 482. So therefore the value of P is 20,000. The value of P is 20,000. What is asked? It is asked to find P. Calculate the sum of money lent out. So they have given compound interest for 2 years when it is compounded annually, and they have given compound interest for 2 years when it is compounded semi-annually, and the difference is given 482. So again the problem number 33 is same as problem number 32. Now let us check the last question. The last question is a sum of money amount rupees 13,230 in 1 year and 13,891.5 in 1.5 year at compound interest, compounded semi-annually. Find the sum and the rate of interest per annum. So this question I left on you. You try. Okay, it is compounded semi-annually, right? So take this in mind and try to solve question number 34. Thank you.